Welcome, acolytes. Today, I am actually reacting to a video from Sensitive Society, a new I like streamer, a new best YouTuber I ever seen. Please check his hard drive. It's about the Vash situation, but I think it's about Tipster right now. So, I'm just gonna assume this. And I have to say that I'm freaking jealous of those people actually. Just everyone who actually made it on YouTube already and just can spend time, just chill, make their stuff in peace, and just do it. This is so beautiful because every time I actually try to search for some information, it takes honestly hours. It takes hours of the day, and I am in a particular situation that I have about 3 jobs. So yeah, I still doing those videos from time to time, but it's still a little thing I wanted to do that I'm just gonna upload daily. It's not because of any algorithm or something like that. I just need it. I need a daily upload schedule so I get used to it and just actually do it and not fall off. So yeah, that's maybe not the best idea that I do that, but hey, it's the thing that makes the most fun for me, so gonna keep it up. But let's see what he has to say.
The goblin defense is hilarious, though. It is pretty hilarious. But as somebody who is friends with an artist who...
And yes, already, because the goblin defense, in this case, it's... No, you know what? I'm gonna... No, it's funny. But it's not funny... It's not funny because you actually... Because, haha, it's funny. It's funny because it's so absurd. It's so absurd that he actually thinks that people will believe it. And don't just take his freaking stuff as, well, he's the clown, so it is what it is. This was to be expected. Not because it's funny in a smart way.
Draws goblin. The funny thing is I knew exactly what Vosh was talking about because his descriptor for goblin is exactly the way she draws her art. Shout out to Rumpin.
Alright, so this is a video that I was really
Oh my effing god. Really? Oh, this is such a bad excuse. You know what? I don't even particularly care that somebody actually does goblin porn. I don't give a fuck about that. That's fine in my book. But what Vosh said is definitely a bit different than actually seeing someone that has goblin porn. Because first of all, the photos he had, definitively not goblin-like. Goblins are normally green or brown, or in the most cases, sometimes if you have a snow goblin, they are white. If you have a really freaking, I don't know, woodland goblin, they are maybe sometimes deep green or poison green, as we in Germany say, or the poison green. I think you know what I mean. Or maybe if you have some, if you're especially creative, you do some kind of freaking red goblin that's maybe demonically corrupted, or not necessarily demonically corrupted, maybe lives in a volcano or something like that, then they are freaking green. Maybe even human skin. But they still are goblins, definitively, because they get high ears, they get the freaking thing. And I think any person that actually has a brain and uses it sees that this is a freaking lie, and they are just trying anything absurd to actually save their ass.
Whether or not I wanted to make it, mainly because Tipster, the YouTuber that we're going to be taking a look at, is pretty irrelevant. This guy's channel has been dead for approximately 3 to 4 years, and the main reason why people know of him as of late is because he's defended Vosh like no one else. People who need their heart.
You know what? I actually have to give him some credit. If you've been irrelevant for some time, then you need eyes on you. And defending a someone who wants a hey C or skak and F children with it. Yeah, this makes sense. Now it actually makes sense with this information. Him defending Vosh makes sense, because no matter if Vosh actually, well, is his friend or not, that's purely irrelevant. But he has eyes on him. I also think it's stupid, because it's extremely negative attraction of people. And who you're gonna attract with this? Yeah, basically just trolls. Yeah, basically just trolls. Or people you don't want in your community. You really don't want some of the people. I mean, already, someone like me already gets on a regular basis people who, well, argue like freaking 6-year-old children and are toxic as F. And I cannot imagine how it is if you have a really big platform, or a bigger platform than me. And having a bigger platform than me isn't hard. So
hard drives check right this second. He's more of a locale. Everyone just points and laughs at him. He is 40 years old, married, and loves hanging around e-girls. And I don't have a problem with you hanging out with e-girls as long as it's legal and you're not in a relationship or married. My boy Tipster out here doesn't care. When you're married, that's stuff that you should probably not be doing, in my opinion. So after defending Vosh,
yeah, by the way, I am also more of the traditional type of if you actually have a partner, don't go fuck around and do stuff like that. You dedicate yourself to your partner and that's all. Of course, I'm also pretty, like, I look for my partners very precisely, but you know, life is life. You have to have some standards.
every single day for like a week and a half, he finally made a video called "Was I Wrong to Defend Vosh?" Now, don't worry, we're not gonna watch this 42-minute video. This video could have honestly been like 5 minutes long. Let's see what the Omri Grande has to say about this.
But I'm gonna state it again, make it crystal fucking clear. I am not okay with lolly. I don't defend the existence of lolly, the consumption of lolly, the production of lolly, etc. When it comes to Vosh having that shit on his computer, I'm willing to be charitable and listen to his explanation that, hey, it was an accident. I didn't fucking know.
Now you might.
Oh, come on. Come on. This... Yeah, no, the thing I just explained makes sense. It makes sense. He just wants some freaking eyes on him. And if that's that, yes, this... defending a... pedo that wants some delightful horse pictures on... or undelightful horse pictures that do things to kids. Yeah. Yeah, you get eyes on you. Yeah, this is just... Oh my god, dude, this casting. This guy is this... He's... Oh.
I think, well, sensitive. This is a pretty reasonable take. Why are you hating? Why are you hating on my big man, the Tip? Well, it's because he's Mexican. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna include that, actually. No, the reason why I'm hating on him is not because he's a big boy. It's not because he's Mexican. It's not because he's 40 years old and flirts with e-girls. No, the reason why is because he was constantly on the defense. You know, Vosh probably did it on accident. How do you accidentally save...
And by the way, if you flirt with e-girls, that's on you. Except you're a child. Then I have a problem with it. And if you're married or in a partnership, that's also, for me personally, cringe as fuck. If you don't like your partner, or your partner just doesn't do it for you, talk to the partner. Maybe you can spice things up, and if you can't, well, then you should just think about going your separate ways. It's that simple. But normally, in most cases, you can just talk things out and get a little bit more spicier if you actually so wish. And also, if your partner gets like the fat guys thing, just fat, and you actually don't like it, in my opinion, perfectly reasonable to actually say, hey, either you lose this weight or I'm done. And it sounds harsh, and it is harsh, but yeah, You just have your standards and you just gonna protect them. I don't care if you're a woman or a guy in this case. If you have standards, just keep those standards on. And, I mean, maybe make them realistic, of course. But don't go under... Just don't settle. It's that simple. Don't settle.
A file and then prepare it to be organized. Let's test this out. Let's see if you can accidentally click something and then add it to your folders, as Tipster says, right? Let's do it. Let's say I found this image. I'm Vosh, right? I'm a freak, degenerate, and this picture right here is making me cream my pants right now. How do you accidentally download this? You can't. You gotta go right click. Oops. Didn't do it the first time right, so let me try again. Right click. Then you gotta go to save image as what? Downloads? Images? Add images to photos? Then you accidentally press save image to downloads. You press it, right? And then you go to your file. You know, there's quite a few ways to go about it. So how you accidentally save something is beyond me. Like, I could see a teen get away with this, right? Vosh is a grown man. And Tipster is like 40 years old trying to defend this man. And yes, I know he said he's anti-loli and all that stuff, but the only reason why he's finally being like, nah, you know, Vosh, that was kind of retarded, is because everyone, I mean, absolutely every single content creator has been on his ass about it. They're making fun of him because it seems like he was defending it. Once again, Tipster and Kevels were the only two people who were defending Vosh, so not the best people to have backing you up.
It was really fucking stupid and really fucking careless for him to...
By the way, I don't think he pretended to he defended him. He just defended him. You cannot say that the things he said weren't defending the freaking people. Yeah, I am sorry. This guy, the only reason why he actually says the things that he says now is just because he got so much shit for it that he doesn't want to. He wants to defend himself, and that's all. Pure self-preservation. And by the way, I'm not saying that the self-preservation thing is wrong, because I don't think it's wrong. This is a natural reaction to this. But at least have the effing balls, admit to it. Just say, yeah, you know what, I defended him, and I'm just a little bitch right now and gonna nick in. Now, if you admit it, you at least have some balls. Even if you're... because then you actually can, well, work on change. To be a bit more positive, or be a more positive force in your life, yourself, and for the people you are actually around. But as it is, yeah, no, he's acting like a little bitch, and he definitively defended him, and that he says right now it was stupid. I didn't defend him. No, pure lie, just a pure effing lie.
To have that shit on his computer. And Vosh, if you happen to be watching this, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're kind of fucking retarded for having that shit on your computer, okay? I'm just gonna be real. But do I think that you're a pedophile because you accidentally downloaded that shit? No, I don't think so.
Once again, he's saying, I don't agree with Vosh, and then he's like, well, what if he accidentally did it? You need a few more clicks to save a photo. How do I download this by accident? Maybe if you're a little kid or it's your first time on the computer, but a professional Twitch streamer that's been streaming for years, you're telling me he downloaded, not one, by the way, multiple photos. But guys, I promise you, I'm not defending you. I'm just making excuses for him. Okay.
Okay, I think people have really lowered the bar for what makes someone a pedophile. And I'm sorry. I don't think that that's the case. Okay. And in regards to Vosh defending CP, I don't think that's the case. I think his arguments are being misrepresented. I think he used really terrible analogies to make his arguments, but I don't think that he's defending the existence of CP or adult.
Semantics. He defended CP. It's that simple. And if anyone says it differently, no, sorry, you're full of shit. It's so freaking simple. How you... Okay. How is my standard for actually not defending CP. It's disgusting. I don't like it and I won't defend it. It's that simple. Not a dancing around and saying, well, yeah, but I don't see anything wrong with it and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sorry, no, you're defending it. You're defending it. And if you're defending it, most likely you actually want to profit from it. Because that's also totally normal human behavior, that the things you actually defend, you want to actually have and use them. And yes,
Having sex with
exactly
children,
what you think.
none of that shit.
How many times can you justify his moments where he allegedly makes weird arguments or uses weird examples? Take this advice. Stop defending Vosh. He doesn't know you, doesn't care about you, and Keffels and Vosh will throw you under the bus in 2 seconds for 10 subscribers. They do not care about you. They're using you as a pawn. There's a reason why there's not a lot of people defending Vosh, you know? A lot of people are waiting for this big video to drop. I'm ready for it. I want to see what he does to defend himself. But Tips
oh, wait,
is
he
trying
wants
to
a
bitch
video to be dropped. Nice. Okay. Okay.
too hard to defend him. It feels like you're dating. They're like, no, leave my boyfriend alone. And this is why. Brother, you're 40. Go be with your wife.
The other thing I want to do really quickly before I wrap up this segment is I do want to apologize to some of my friends who I care a lot about. One of those friends being Keffels. When I tweeted the tweet with my criticism of H3, I did try to tweet it in a way that it wasn't aggressive, or I wasn't trying to be like crazy argumentative or whatever. I wanted to state my criticism, but I didn't want to be a dick about it. Okay? I tweeted that tweet.
Well, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. This is... You know what? Normally, I would just say, okay, accept that because everybody does a mistake. Everybody makes a mistake. But, come on, dude. My literal gut feeling about this is simply... He defends someone who wants to harm children. If you're really this effed up in your head that you even think about defending someone like that, yeah, I am sorry, but your credibility plummets. It's just done. Everything you say is in this context. And I am sorry about it, and I know it's actually lolly. But as I said, I have nothing against if people actually look at lolly, but I sure as hell am freaking actually concerned about it if people look at lolly. If there are actual people that actually do things with that, then it's concerning. Those people should go on a list. Because realistically, you're one step away off the freaking thing that's very, very bad. And it could be, and I'm gonna say this, it could be that people who actually like those kinds of things simply, simply, maybe they have the feeling that they want to do those things to a child, and lolly is actually something that they can just play out their fantasies without harming anyone. Okay, that's fine. But I argue that then. Go to a doctor. Don't be a piece of shit about it. Don't defend the very, very bad thing, because I already already said a lot of buzzwords in this could already bring me some trouble, but don't defend it. Just don't do it, for fuck's sake. Honestly.
I went to bed and I woke up to utter fucking chaos because Ethan saw my tweet, Ethan didn't like my tweet, and Ethan responded to my tweet.
Like, if you're critical of someone and that someone responds, it's fair game. You know, that's kind of what you're getting yourself into. It's like if I made a video on Anthony Fantano, which I did, I don't take it back, and he responds to it on Twitter or in a YouTube video, it's fair game. I don't care. It's fair game, and I'll make another response. I literally don't care. That's just the way it goes. You can't be calling people out and then be like, I don't like it when you respond because I'm getting too much hate. If you're getting too much hate and you're a 40-year-old man and that brings you down, turn on your computer and go outside. I don't know, drink a beer.
I agree with this guy. This guy, yes, correct. And maybe when I'm 40, I'm gonna think differently, but I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. Especially if you know that the guy is just, oh my god, like morally corrupt. Morally not the most stand-up-ish guy that you could know.
I don't know, whatever people do when they're 40, I don't know, when they're married. Go take your wife out to a nicer restaurant with all the donations you've been collecting from weirdos. This is a grown-ass man being like, I tweeted something out and then Ethan responded and I woke up to so much hate, so much.
Yeah, it's
The other thing
pathetic.
is this whole
Yeah,
experience
it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
has honestly ruined anime for me in general. I said it before, like, hentai was never my thing, but if you're into hentai, honestly, just stay the fuck away from that shit, because holy fuck, like, you could look at something that looks perfectly fine and then later find out it's lolly, and then you could find yourself in a situation like this. So this whole situation has honestly ruined anime for me.
Oh my god, I've seen it all. If you ever feel lost or you're like, man, I'm never going to find love, I'm going to die a virgin and alone, always look at the tip as a good example because it really shows you and you could still be married. Because I know some of you are going through breakups and you're sad and you're like, I'm never going to find love again, these hoes ain't real. You know, stay motivated out there, gamers. He said he was never into hentai and, you know, be careful with what you watch. And it's like, dude, the pictures that Vosh had, you could tell those were young. Just something to keep in mind. It's like saying, guys, never date a woman again because, you know, what if they look like they're 12 but in reality they're 19. Watch out, guys, never date women again because some of them look younger than their age. It's like, these are not drawings, these are human women who have brains. Tipster, you could just ask them, yo, how old are you? And if in your state it's 18 and they're 18, go ahead, go crazy. And if you're from another country and the age of consent is different and it's legal, you know, fair game, right? I really want someone to check this guy's hard drive.
Has honestly ruined anime.
Yeah, and by the way, yes, there are situations where the woman looks way younger than, way older than she actually is. But come on, this, no, just use the eyes in your freaking sockets. It's fine.
Anime for me so fucking much that I never want to watch anime again. I don't want anything to do with anime. I got my waist bin here and I got some of my anime. We got Death Note, one of my favorites. Fuck it, throw it in the bin. We got some Dragon Ball Z, another great anime show. Throw it in the fucking bin. Robotech seems pretty harmless, but who knows, maybe there's some lolly in there. Throw it in the fucking bin. Ease, based on one of my favorite RPG franchises, in the fucking bin. Hell, I've got video games that are anime inspired. Those go in the bin too. Ease, the video game, gone. The Final Fantasy games, there's probably some lolly in there somewhere.
This is probably the most amount of exercise he's gone in the last 6 months. This is such a stupid argument. If you watch Naruto, you might think one of them is attractive, and by that logic, you might be a pedophile. But the way this guy's going about it, it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe this fucking Gundam has hentai, and they look young, and, you know, you should be able to distinguish what looks way too young to what looks age appropriate. And after defending Vosh multiple times, this is probably one of the worst moments. But once again, it's pretty funny to see a grown-ass man just have a meltdown over defending someone who doesn't even know Tipster exists, and on top of that, throwing a fit like a 15-year-old who just got told, no, get off of that, you know, Japanese website. Pretty interesting way to go about it.
Final Fantasy games, there's probably some lolly in there somewhere. Get rid of them.
Oh wait, what is it? Final Fantasy 14, the online game with the Lala face? Are they called Lala face? Something stupid like that, so you know. And I'm sure you can find some explicit things if you look deep enough in the internet, so you know. So if you like one of those fairy things, you know what you are in my eyes, in the eyes of every normal human being. But only if you want to do too dirty with them. So if not, you're fine. You're just fine.
Oh, Final Fantasy VII remakes, gotta go. Catherine, pretty sure there might be something sussy in there. Let's get rid of it. And just for good measure, Ethan calls people he views as lolicons, he calls them lollipops. So we'll get rid of lollipop chainsaw just to be on the fucking safe side. I'm so sick of anime at this point. I want nothing to fucking do with it. No more anime in my house. I'm sorry, babe. I know you're in the other room. I know you still like Pokemon and shit like that. No more. No mas. It's Jover. No more anime in this house. Fuck that shit.
Like, just imagine hearing your husband defending this. Well, not defending a lollipop, defending Bosch. What's funny, like, after he turned off the camera, he was like, yeah, I fucking killed it. And just started digging up the anime. Like, brother, this was not necessary to prove a point, okay? It just makes you look dumber. You got yourself into this. You're the one who was out there defending Bosch day after day after day.
Yep.
Stream after stream after stream. Am I saying that Tipster defends Lolly or he defends CP? No. The point is that he was defending some very unique individual. Just my 2 cents. What do you guys think of this? I hope this...
No, he's correct. He's correct. If you're defending someone like Vosh, yeah, sorry, you're in it. You're in it. You're just in it with him. You step in the ring, you're gonna fight. It's that simple. But as it is, acolytes, good night.